Good morning, St. Paul's. I'm delighted to spend this devotion time with you this morning. My name is Ronelle Neperud, and for those of you who aren't acquainted with me, I serve as the St. Paul's Connections Ministry Coordinator and have been a member of St. Paul's for 26 years. And I'd like to share with you the inspiration I experienced when I heard the message of Pastor Laura regarding Paul's journeys and the young man who fell out of the window because he went to sleep during a sermon. This has nothing to do with that, but I was inspired about something that helped me remember about Paul. Paul's journeys were all about teaching and encouraging his followers, and as he traveled from city to city, he taught and he encouraged. And it still reminds us today that he called those followers to be encouragers. And guess what? We are too. We are still being called to be encouragers. You know, when encouragement is absent from the life of a church, people will feel unloved, unimportant, useless, and forgotten. To be an encourager is even more important, I think, in this time, this corona time, as I call it, because we too can find ourselves lonely at times, confused, frustrated, and really wanting to blame someone for our sadness. God knows God's people, and he knows that they're in need of grace-filled reminders. So I think Pastor Laura's sermon reminded me that God calls us to encourage each other every day. So let's think about what encouragement really is. Biblical encouragement isn't about complimenting someone on their new haircut that they just got, even though they probably really needed it. That kind of encouragement is important. But the kind of encouragement that the scriptures refer to is explicitly Christian encouragement. It is the essential way of extending grace to each other. It is that simple, but it is also essential. It has been difficult to keep track of time, but sometimes between the first of the year and our era of pandemic beginning in March, I received a handwritten note from someone completely out of the blue. It wasn't my birthday, and I hadn't won the lottery. But this St. Paul's member wanted to tell me how she experiences me and what she sees me doing to make life better for others. Wow. Now that, to me, is Christian encouragement. I want to be Paul for just a minute and encourage you to reach out and encourage someone. Maybe even set a goal of one encouragement per day. I am certain you have had someone pop into your mind already this morning and realize how much you have missed that person. Seeing them at church, greeting them, catching up with each other, and you're wondering now, how are they faring in all of this time? Maybe when you've received the emails on Wednesday from Pastor Sandra, you see someone that you go, well, I really ought to send them a card. You know what? That is God nudging us to become an encourager of hope and love and patience and faith. We all need some reminding that even though we're not in control of when we're going to be able to say the end is in sight. But you know what we are in control of are the days we have in this time. This very day, this very hour. It is up to us how we use that precious time. As Christians, we're called to have each other's back. We can reach out through the mail or the internet or phones to encourage our fellow Christians. So as you begin this spiritual discipline, You know, Doris, our office manager, and I can help you. If you don't have the contact information you want for the person whose name keeps popping up in your mind, or you you've thought of somebody but you can't quite remember their name because, I mean, after all, it's been 10 weeks since we've seen name tags. So just contact me at Ronelle at stpaulslenexa.org, and Doris, you can contact her at St. Paul's Lenexa, St. Paul's at stpaulslenexa.org. And we can help you get the information that you want so that you can get started on this pathway of being an intentional encourager. Let's close with a prayer that asks our gracious Creator to create within us a heart for engaging and the determination and the motivation to act on God's nudging, that we will reach out and there won't be anyone feeling unloved and forgotten within our faith community. Amen. See you later.